Hello and welcome back to Piggy Bank Tales. I've decided that I wanted to share with you guys my financial goals for 2025. I know a lot of people set them back in December for January, but I didn't start recording until the beginning of January. So I just wanted to just kind of lay out like what my goals are so you guys can understand. Maybe it explains a lot of my spending. I'm looking back at my previous budget here, and I mean, I have to admit that even having so many categories, like it does provide a lot of details about like what I was spending things on. So it was kind of helpful to reflect back to my last year's budget and categories to see like, can I even meet these goals for 2025? When I looked back at my Roth IRA for 2024, I did not fully fund it at the $7,000 cap. What I did invest was $4,337.25. And it was because I had a lot of changes just moving from, 4 hours from where I lived down south now. It's more expensive. I had a lot of moving expenses, and actually it's kind of frightening to see like how much my moving expenses are. I think it's under sinking funds. Let's see. Yeah, so look, this is moving. Oh wait, click here. There we go. Oop. No, I didn't want to do that. Come on. I wanted to go back. I must have accidentally clicked on the activity. So I'm using the toolkit for YNAB. I've still been playing around with it to figure out like how I want the settings and whatnot. But yeah, so here's the sinking fund, and a lot of it is the moving cost. Because I moved so quickly, I took my job offer so quickly, I had to break my lease. So because I broke my lease, I was still responsible for the next month's rent. So basically I was double paying rent at two places at once for a while. So yeah, that was quite a big hit. And even when I'm looking at my goals, so like I said, my Roth IRA, I only managed to put in $4,337.25 last year. And I'm thinking, can I really do $7,000 this year? Well, I totally think I can, because I spent $4,500 last year on moving fees, which was paying the double rent, which was paying the movers, all the packing stuff. I'm not sure if I will end up staying in this studio when my lease expires. My lease expires, I think, in July. So that's something to also take into consideration, that I could possibly move. And of course, I wouldn't have to pay like a termination fee for breaking a lease, because I wouldn't be breaking a lease, but there's still the moving fees. Obviously, I think it would be a lot cheaper. I wouldn't have to, I could rent a much smaller truck than what I did before. I moved with a U-Haul truck and I towed my car behind it. So yeah, it was a lot more expensive, but it was really helpful to have hired the movers to carry all my stuff up and down the stairs. I live on the 3rd floor, so imagine carrying all this furniture and boxes and everything. Yeah, a lot of work. So totally worth it. So that being said, that's my first goal. Is number 1 is going to be fully fund my Roth IRA. Oops. Let me just say 7,000 cap. Okay, for goal number 2, I'm working on my emergency fund. So let me go back to my current budget. And I'm tracking this right now. So currently in my emergency fund, I have $2,905.15. The goal is to add $5,000 to that emergency fund. So not that I have $5,000 in my emergency fund, but that I'm adding $5,000 more for the year. Okay. My next one is for the Oopsie rollover. If you're new to my channel and you haven't watched my previous videos, in my budget, I have a category that is called the Oopsie category. It's basically funding or having like a little savings for unexpected bills or an emergency, not emergency, like big emergency, but you know, like, oh, I have to go to the doctor. Oh, I had to go to the dentist and get a filling done all of a sudden. And, you know, I wasn't expecting to pay $300 for it or whatever. So it's just like a little buffer in the monthly budget for things that like pop up. So the target here for this Oopsie is that I'm supposed to be, the target is $554.33. And what I plan to do is every month that I don't spend that money, like for example, I've already had to spend a little bit here, I think, or I had to pull some money, or it's not fully funded yet, but let's say I end up spending $300 of this $554 goal for the month, then yeah, I would only have 200 some odd dollars that I didn't spend. So what I plan to do is, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it like every month, depends on how much is left in the Oopsie fund, because I will keep rolling it over to the next month. But the goal is that I'm hoping I'm not spending out of that Oopsie fund every single month, and that ideally I would like to have $3,000 from the Oopsie fund that I didn't spend. Let's see, just let me do the math on the calculator here because I'm slow. I can't do the math here. 54.33 times 12. So yeah, so right now the goal would be $6,651.91 or 96 cents, sorry. That would be going into this fund for an entire year. So it would be nice to only have to really spend half of that. And my goal would be, yeah, that I would have $3,000 that I didn't spend of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here for goal number 3. So this is Oopsie fund has $3K at end of the year. What I'll do with that $3,000 at the end of the year, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna add it to, like, if I'm a little short, like come December and I'm a little short on my Roth and I haven't met this $7,000 goal, then maybe I could take $1,000 of the Oopsie fund or whatever to put into the Roth. Or let's say I get my Roth fulfilled, but I don't meet my goal for the 5,000 emergency fund. Well, then I could take some of the Oopsie fund money and put it into the emergency fund to meet this goal number 2. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun littler goal, I guess. And then my next goal is it's regarding the guilt-free spending. So guilt-free spending is whatever I have left, is okay. So if you look over here at my budget, your fixed costs are supposed to be 50 to 60%. I feel like mine are higher. I feel like mine are probably more like 70%. But again, my paychecks are irregular, so this very well could change because I might get paid a couple $100 more on my next paycheck. I just never know. And then your retirement, the minimum amount I'm going to be investing is 7% because I automatically have 3% going into my 401k. It's pulled out from my paycheck, so I never see it. But to meet the goal of 10%, I need 7% more. So, 7% is going to go to the Roth IRA, and then 10%, depending, I'm shooting a goal for 10% of my income each month after taxes for this emergency fund. It might be a little bit less than 10%. And then your guilt-free spending is supposed to be 10 to 20%. So really what I plan to do with this guilt-free spending is every paycheck, kind of like whatever's left after I've already filled up half of the categories, half of the emergency fund, or a little bit more than if I want, like I was able to fund the full emergency fund with my first paycheck. Then, whatever's left is going to go into that guilt-free spending. And right now I just have it like in a holding category, which I can disperse. I could be a little bit more detailed on what I spent that on without having the 50 categories and stuff like I had before. So the goal here is to only spend my guilt-free money on things that I truly want. If I have to pull money from guilt-free spending because I overspent on groceries or something like that, okay, that's fine. I don't have any guilt-free spending anymore. Let's say I want to get a new pair of shoes, which I do, but let's say I want to get a new pair of shoes for work. I'm not allowed to take money from groceries and then, I have less money for groceries now. So it really has to be from the guilt-free spending. If I don't have money to buy the item, then I don't buy it. And I have to wait until the next month to see if I have enough money in the guilt-free spending to buy those shoes. So I'm going to word this as only spend for things I want Okay. So I didn't even make five goals here. I only have 4, but I feel like it's enough, like a pretty big chunk into savings. So I should see my net worth go up. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. I feel like these are doable as long as I'm disciplined and don't go spending crazy. Because when I look back at last year's budget, which it's interesting just to see what I was spending on. I don't know why I always have to click on reflect first and then the toolkit reports and then it comes up. Okay, so also last year I owed $2,675.93 in taxes. I totally underestimated how much to get pulled out from my paycheck. So when I started with my new company in April, when I moved, I went ahead and asked like an additional amount to be pulled out of each paycheck. So I'm hoping that I don't owe this much in taxes. I'm hoping that it's way less than this if I owe anything at all. Yeah, so that was a big chunk too that I owed. What else is here that's kind of a little startling here? Household. So this is just like things for the house. And granted, I moved here and I needed to buy some things. I got rid of a lot of things. So when I moved here and I realized, oh shoot, I need this, or I need this for storage in my closet, I end up buying a lot of things for the home. For example, here's a drying rack. Oh wait, I don't actually want to click on these. We're looking at, was it irregular? Where was the spending on the household? Yeah, irregular. Oh, I guess I can't make this window bigger. But anyways, just to show you like yeah, I bought a lot of things, home goods. Oh, cover store. This is like I had to buy patio furniture because I've never, and where I lived before, it was so hot. We never would hang out outside in the summertime. It's just so freaking hot. But where I live now, it's like 65, 70s all year round. So I had to buy like a cute little patio set for the balcony. So I had to buy covers for like the chairs and stuff because there's where I live, I'm close to the ocean now, and it's very the humidity is high here, so everything's like kind of moist, and there's always like fog in the mornings and stuff too. So I just wanted to protect my chairs, my furniture. I'm not even sure what this home goods thing is. I think it's a little coffee table I bought. Oh yeah, I had to buy an area rug. That was $508.60 because I now have hardwood floors, and I needed an area rug for my rabbits to run around on because they need traction. They would just slip and hurt themselves if they were just running on hardwood floors. So yeah, I had to buy that. So yeah, I spent a lot, $2,545 in household. Some stuff was obviously spent before I moved, but a lot of that was after the move. So it is kind of interesting to see all these details of, what I was spending, but it looks like a lot of my spending here was household and taxes for irregular spendings. For fun, let's see. Oops. What color was fun? Oh, fun is blue. Fun, I also spent $2,246 last year. Oh my goodness. $2,038.60 on dining out. Yeah, so I definitely made a rule now. Like I'm also trying to get healthier, so I do a lot of cooking at home anyways. And dining out I love dining out like everybody. This wasn't really a lot of takeout. I think maybe when I first moved here, the first month or so, I did eat a lot of takeout, but probably why I gained some weight too when I first moved here. But now since October, I've been focusing on my health again and losing weight and working out now. So I do a lot of cooking. And I really only ate out like during the holidays. I went and met up with some friends when I went back home to visit my family. I went out with a friend earlier. I have like one friend here where I live, and we went out earlier in the month just to have like our little catch up. We hadn't seen each other for a while. But I really haven't eaten out much since then. And then not so bad, but $181 went for entertainment. Oh, that's dining out. I didn't mean to do the dining out. I meant to do entertainment. Yeah, so this is like Apple, iTunes, like games on my phone. I play The Sims, so I bought a couple expansion packs. So yeah, just really, it's not too bad. I think, less than $200 for a year on entertainment. Yeah, but anyhow, so those are my goals, and thank you so much for watching. I totally appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Please like this video and subscribe. My next video should be out maybe the 25th or so. I am watching a lot of your videos and stuff, so if you have a channel, go ahead and drop it in the comment. Like, you can just even comment, hey, check out my channel, like, or I don't know, maybe that sounds spammy. Maybe say like, hey Sarah, I budget on YouTube too. Maybe say something like that, and I'll come check out your channel. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.